Welcome back to Adventures of Megan and Mike. Here are our 5 must-do hikes if you're visiting Sedona, Arizona. Number 1, Devil's Bridge Hike. We did this hike back in 2019, so we don't have much footage or photos from this hike, but it is for sure our number 1 recommendation for a hike you must do when you're in Sedona. Devil's Bridge is the largest natural sandstone arch located in the Sedona area of the Coconino National Forest. The entire hike offers stunning views of Red Rock country, so you will not be disappointed. You can start the trail in one of 2 ways. The first would be from the Dry Creek Vista Trailhead. Parking is super limited, so be sure to start early. It is a 3.9-mile out and back hike with an elevation gain of 521 feet. The trail is not shaded, so be sure to bring plenty of water, a gallon per person, sunscreen, and make sure that you wear a hat to help protect you from the sun. The route is moderately challenging. The area has lots of off-road driving from personal vehicles and tours, so you will likely have a busy trail. Second would be the official Devil's Bridge Trailhead, which is only accessible if you have a high-clearance vehicle. We didn't start the hike from here because we flew into Arizona and we were in a small rental vehicle. When we go back, we'd love to go in our Jeep. The route is only a 1.8-mile out and back trek. As you get close, you'll start going up man-made stairs and will be on the edge of the mountain, which can be scary if you weren't expecting them, but if you're not afraid of heights, you'll do just fine and you'll be rewarded with a breathtaking view of Sedona and the Devil's Bridge.
Number 2, the Boynton Canyon to the Subway Cave Trail. This 6.1-mile out and back hike has a detour 2 miles in that will take you to the Subway Cave. This is off trail, so it's important to do your research before making this detour. While you're hiking, you'll want to look for a large alligator juniper tree on the left side of the trail. The spur trail to the Subway Cave starts just across from the tree on the right-hand side of the trail. It's about 0.4 miles to get to the Subway Cave. When we hiked, there was an arrow and the word Subway written in the dirt pointing to the trail, but you want to make sure you know the way to go and do not rely on messages written in the dirt for your safety. This is another popular hike in Sedona, so you'll want to make sure you start early to get a parking spot. You will need the Red Rock Pass or America the Beautiful to park at the trailhead. It's important to note that all trails does not go to the Subway Cave. Once you reach the Subway Cave, there's an added bonus of seeing ancient ruins of cliff dwellings of the Sedona people that once inhabited the area. You can walk up to the ruins and even step inside, but be sure to not disturb this sacred part of history.
Number 3, Cathedral Rock. Cathedral Rock is an extremely popular hiking spot for sunset. The parking is limited and there is a small overflow lot, but like all beautiful locations in Sedona, you'll want to make sure you get there early so you can get a parking spot. You can see Cathedral Rock from many other popular hikes, for example, the Bell Rock Pathway Loop. And it is probably one of the most recognizable red rock formations of the Sedona skyline. It's not hard to see why. It's a 1.2-mile out and back trail with an elevation gain of 741 feet. We did this hike twice. Once the day after our wedding to take photos at the top for sunset, and once the week before so we knew what we were getting into. We got married at the bottom of Cathedral Rock. It's a popular spot for elopements as well, so you may be lucky and get to see a bride and groom on your hike. There is a bit of rock scrambling to get to the top. It's a vertical scramble that you must go up and back down. If you are an experienced hiker, you'll be rewarded with some of the most beautiful views at the top and an unforgettable sunset.
Number 4, Long Canyon Trail to the Birthing Cave. This is a 2-mile out and back trail, which is relatively easy. There is a small scramble to get into the cave at the top. You could scale the sides, sit at the bottom, or if you're brave, you can really climb into the hole in the back of the cave for an epic shot. I made it up into the hole in the back, but Megan couldn't do it. With the right hiking gear and experience, sometimes you might find yourself not able to do something. The walls of the cave are very slick and have little to no ledges to hold on to. Megan froze in her tracks and crawled back down on her butt just halfway up. Make sure you know your limits and only do what you're comfortable with. You will have a great view anywhere in the cave. Once you walk 0.6 miles from the trailhead, you'll reach a fork in the trail. The left side will be blocked by a log. Take that path and you'll see a barbed wire on the right side. This means you're on the right path to the birthing cave. Due to its popularity, you'll likely see other hikers all headed to the same spot. If you start early like we did, you may get lucky and even see some deer. There was very little parking here. The trailhead is off the side of the road, but luckily we found a spot on the side of the road across the street. Though it's a short hike, there is very little shade, so make sure to bring plenty of water and a hat to shade yourself from the sun. If you want to check out some cool shots we took from the birthing cave, make sure to check out our Instagram page as well.
Number 5. Bell Rock and Bell Rock Pathway Loop. This is a must-do on your trip to Sedona. The Bell Rock Loop is 3.9 miles with an elevation gain of 357 feet. It loops around Bell Rock and Courthouse, Butte. We did this counterclockwise because there is some incline on the trail. You will still encounter an incline doing it this way, just not as much as if you were to hike it clockwise. Dogs are welcome in all of the trails we have mentioned in this video, but they must be on a leash. The loop trail gets you up close and personal with the buttes and gives you some pretty cool views of Cathedral Rock across the way. Once you finish the loop, we recommend you hike up Bell Rock to finish out your adventure. The way up can be tricky. We followed the basket cairns and noticed that there seemed to be multiple routes up and down, as we were also taken back down opposite of the way we came up. The cairns only take you so high. If you plan to go all the way to the top, it is at your own risk. We would not recommend this if you are not an experienced hiker. Whichever hike you decide to take during your time in Sedona, you won't be disappointed as every trail has something unique to offer and is filled with stunning red rock views the entire time. That'll be all for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching and supporting our channel. Until next time, I'm Megan.
And I'm Mike.
And we are Adventures of Megan and Mike.